It's Phil from the Bike Barn, and we're talking about the 2012 Axel Merckx Granfondo route. The start's changed a little bit this year from last year. It's starting on Main Street, going to turn right on Lakeshore, head up Vancouver Hill, cruise around Upper Bench Road, and then drop down Haven Hill back into town, where the route goes through town really quickly, out on the highway, along the lake towards Summerland. Once you hit Summerland, you go through Lower Summerland, left turn up Peach Orchard Hill. It's a pretty good grind getting up to the top of Peach Orchard Hill. That'll probably separate the group out a bit, and some groups will start forming. I'm imagining most of the way out the lake towards Summerland, it'll just be a steady stream of riders. Pretty fun ride through Summerland, through some of the scenic areas, great views of the lake up in Summerland, and then drop back down, hit the highway into town, a little cruise through town, and then out East Side Road towards OK Falls.
So the climb starts off fairly gradual. My Garmin's got it at about 7% right now. We're just heading into the steepest pitch of the climb. So this is the steepest pitch. My Garmin's saying about 13%. And like a lot of the climbs on the Granfondo course, this one is not followed by an immediate downhill. There's a stretch of a few K where you're kind of on a false flat uphill, and then you drop down the backside of McLean Creek into OK Falls. So this is some of the nice back road riding that we get up in the Okanagan Valley. Pretty hard to beat the scenery, quality of the roads, absence of traffic.
As the full Fondo riders leave OK Falls, they're going to head out on Oliver Ranch Road. It's a rolling country back road. They're on that for a few K. The riders will join Highway 97 and ride along Highway 97, past Vassal Lake, Gallagher Lake, and then turn left on Tuckalnuit Road, just on the north end of Oliver. From Tuckalnuit Road, the riders head south and join up with Black Sage Road.
Along the side of the roads, there's some vineyards planted. And as the road cruises along, some spectacular scenery. And just before you start heading down off this bench that we're on right now, there's La Vue Pan, which is where one of the aid stations is. And then there's a nice little fun descent after the winery. This section of Black Sage Road has got to be my favorite road to ride in the area. It's just a nice rolling back road, magnificent views of the wineries, vineyards, hard to beat. I should do a video on how to ride a cattle guard.
From the time riders turn left off of the highway in Oliver towards the 5th aid station at Fairview Mountain Golf Course, there's a steady, sustained climb.
After the aid station at Fairview Mountain Golf Course, the road turns onto Fairview White Lake Road. Really nice back road to ride along. Very little traffic, nice terrain to ride. You get to experience some of the South Okanagan's arid climate. Right now we're approaching White Lake Observatory. It's a big astrophysiological center. So now as we get to the top of this climb, the road turns right and heads towards the observatory. I'm not really sure what they do there. I think some X-Files kind of shit goes on. Maybe some aliens, kind of whatever, like that area in New Mexico, area 57 or 48, or I don't know. This climb on its own, probably not that big of a challenge, but by that time in the Fondo and after the amount of climbing you've already been doing in the period of time, it's a pretty good grind to get up to the observatory. After that though, pretty much smooth sailing back to town. Course trends downhill. So this is probably the last real big challenge you're gonna face on the Fondo route. I'm trying to count right now as we head up to St. Andrews Golf Course. I think this is the 3rd golf course you get to ride by. Only reason I mention that is they say Fondos are the new golf. So you can look at the old golf a couple of times while you're out riding the Fondo course.
So once you pass St. Andrews Golf Course, the riding definitely trends downhill towards town. There's a super fun twisty descent coming down from the golf course back to the highway. And then there is a steep little kicker climb to get up to Highway 97. And from there, again, it generally trends downhill towards town along the highway. You've got Skaha Lake on your right-hand side. You know, some nice views of town as you roll in towards Penticton. And then the ride in from the airport area in town towards the finish line is pretty flat and should be a nice way to finish the event. Come by the shop when you're in town, check out bikebarn.ca or the website for Axel Merckx Granfondo, www.axelmerckx. Did I get it right? Merckx, it's not an English name. Google it, axelmerckxgranfondo.com. There you go.